There are so many round-based maps that if you want to get into the round-based mode of zombies, it can be confusing which one to pick. Generally speaking, when learning round-based zombies, you want a map with a simple power, a simple pack-a-punch, and a good training spot. Luckily, I have the perfect map for you. This is Der Eisendrache. And yes, that is how I pronounce this map's name because that's exactly how Dempsey pronounced it in the actual trailer for this map. Der Eisendrache. Now, much like Black Ops 3, there are a lot of different mechanics within this round-based map, even though it is fairly simple, but have no worry, I am going to walk you through it all that I can. In terms of the basic stuff, however, like the perk system or the point system, I'm going to direct you to a video in the card in the top right-hand corner of this video. It is everything you need to know about Black Ops 3 and the classic zombie system. It covers things like wall weapons and zombie health and the gobblegum system and a whole bunch of various stuff. People really like it. So we're going to do our normal zombie thing here, shoot all these zombies with my MR6. This is actually really good. They're lined up really well. Get some points here. And now the thing about zombies is that people tend to be in one of two camps. Either they want zombies to be incredibly simple, they just want their power, their pack-a-punch, and to train zombies and go for high rounds, or they think it's too boring and they want more things to do. Today we're going to take a balanced approach. First thing, we're going to go after the absolute basics here of training, turning on power, and the pack-a-punch. And then once you get comfortable with that, then we're gonna go after the fun little extras. But for those of us who have played Black Ops 3 in its prime and love round-based zombies, this is definitely gonna be probably one of the most cringy games of Der Eisendrache you'll ever see on YouTube. But anyway, as you can see right here, this is a random drop. This is a map-specific drop. It's called a tram fuse. Oh, and a perfect time for a double points at the end of a round here. But if you get that tram fuse and you come over here, you can call the tram in. This is completely optional. You don't need to do this. But if you like, this tram then comes up and it gets you a free power up, which, hey, it's a free double points, which is really nice. Now, before I leave the spawn room, it is round 4 and I do want to get out of here. I'm going to get quick revive because I have no way of reviving myself otherwise if I don't have this perk. So we're going to take this and then we are going to head out of here. Now, we could go over here if we're a psychopath or a speedrunner. I guess speedrunners, I think, go that way, but we're going to go the normal way out of this room over here. We will eventually get this KRM wall buy on the wall right there, but we'll wait for a little bit later to do that. We'll go ahead and go through here because I want to hit the mystery box. As you're gaining rounds in round-based zombies, you're going to want to find wall weapons, maybe hit the box for a better weapon. This Pharaoh in Black Ops 3 is actually really not good whatsoever. It's actually one of the worst guns you can get. The Man of War. The Man of War is a good, decent assault rifle. We almost got down because I'm too confident. You can only take 3 hits before Juggernog here in Black Ops 3. And you might be thinking, Donuts, what the heck is that dragon right there? Don't worry about it. It's how you get the wonder weapon. But that's not what we're focused on right now. I mean, you can. Really, all you got to do is feed these guys zombies and he'll eat it, and that's how you get the wonder weapon, but we'll skip that for now. Like I said, gonna be a weird game, but we could go up here. This is another thing that I may have forgotten. I did this in the spawn room. This is a landing pad to these launch pads right here. Once we turn the power on, it's like a fast travel system. Once again, don't worry too much about it. Now, before you turn on power, you're gonna see some of these power doors that really funnel you into where the power is gonna be. So we can't go that way. We gotta go over here. We can open up this door and follow through this hallway. This is just one big hallway. Go up through here, and this brings you to the halfway point on the map here. If we went to the other side, this is where we would have come up, and as you can see, at the end of this long hallway, you can see with the light flashing on it, that is our power switch. So we can go right here, turn on power, and we are good to go. And then as we exit through the power room right here, you can see this is where the pack-a-punch is, and the pack-a-punch is really simple. You just teleport these pieces. There are 3 different pieces to this pack-a-punch. Oh boy, okay, well, gotta be on your toes in this classic zombies mode. Gotta be on your toes. I think I'm gonna go back to spawn real quick here. We can go down this way, and this is actually gonna be a good example of, hey, this power door's open, so the map is a little bit more easy to traverse. But if we go down here, we can open up this little guy. It's another little shortcut. Really good, well-designed map here at Der Eisendrache. So used to playing Modern Warfare Zombies where you can take like 72 hits before you go down. All right. Where were we? This is a death ray. This is actually a trap that electrifies this whole thing. It's really useful for when the Panzer comes in. This is a bell. you can ring it. Make sure you come by here and get this little landing pad right there. And then down here, down these stairs, this is a decent starting spot for training. And it also has an SMG on the wall here, a CUDA, which is pretty good for point grinding. So we're gonna chill out here for a round or two until we get enough points to where we can go get Jug. Aha, sounds like it's a dog round. Luckily, dog rounds are just really easy here in Black Ops 3. They're just like a one shot to the head at like any round. And at the end of a round, you get a free max ammo. In here, such a cool little room. You could see it's a bunch of like schematics and layouts for the moon map, which is what this map is really directly tied to. Some really, really good environmental storytelling here. I mean, this is just Black Ops 3 is on a whole different level. Sitting here round 7, I think we should have enough points for Juggernog now. I am gonna kill a couple more zombies, make sure the coast is clear. This is probably a little bit more protective than I need to be, but I think that's it. Let's go ahead and go through here. If we go down, oh, max ammo. Notice it didn't fill up my ammo that was already in my magazine. That was introduced in Black Ops 4. Come on down here, we see this awesome MPD room. It's really cool. But if we come down here, we have another Pack-a-Punch location where we can teleport the pieces. And then inside this room, oh, I guess we could have just gotten Jug right away. Inside this room right here, this is Juggernog. And of course, we go like a good map all the way back to spawn. This is a really, really well-designed map layout. Now you'll notice these pressure plates on here. Now this adds a little bit to the complexity. You don't need to do this, but I would highly recommend it because it's really easy. You just stand up here on these 4 pressure plates around this pyramid. Make sure they wait until they light up just like that. You come on over here, one last one, and this is gonna activate anti-gravity. Now you might notice on the roof here, there's a piece of the shield, which I think is incredibly useful in Black Ops 3, especially for new players. So there's a piece of the shield. Once again, you don't need to get the shield, but I would highly recommend it, especially if you're new to round-based. Think of it like armor in Modern Warfare Zombies or in Cold War. Now, I won't go over all of the different locations of the shield pieces because that gets kind of tedious here on YouTube, but I do definitely have videos that show you exactly where those are, so I'll link those in the description. In fact, all of these Black Ops 3 videos are in my Black Ops 3 Zombies 101 playlist in the description. And once you find all the pieces, you go to a buildable bench and you can craft them, and then you have a shield on your back. This helps when you get hit in the back, you actually don't take any damage, which is awesome. Plus, if you pull it out, you can boost to zombies. Now, it's not super great, and it's actually kind of sketchy to do that, so I would not recommend it. But as we're progressing through these rounds, especially if you're not comfortable training yet, get to a wide open spot. You don't need to explore the map when all the zombies are spawning in. This lower courtyard here is actually a pretty good spot for it. This is how I survived when I was first learning Der Eisendrache. In fact, we're going to survive one more round out here. What I usually do is I usually just go back and forth between this area all the way back here. Obviously, once the zombies start getting a little faster, you have to pay a little bit more attention, but this is definitely one of my first safe areas in zombies. And then as you progress through the rounds, as you're killing zombies, always try to keep maybe 1 or 2 in your sights, so that way at the end of a round, you can keep 1 alive and you can start doing all of your quest stuff and your Pack-a-Punch quests in comfort. You don't have to worry about, oh my goodness, I've got this horde of zombies on me. Now, if we come down here, there's this door to this teleporter right here, and we can teleport to the final area of Der Eisendrache. Down here, we have the last little bit that we need. We have the final landing pad, and we have the 3rd and final Pack-a-Punch. And just like that, Pack-a-Punch is already opened. All you need to do is just find the other 2 slots and then interact with it, and cool, we got the purple one. Very nice. And it'll automatically show up in the 3rd station, and you can see exactly where it's at whenever it teleports. This is the rocket pad. The first one we had was the Bastion. The next one we had was the Undercroft. So really simple Pack-a-Punch, really simple power switch, really, really good map setup. And now we could take this Wonder Sphere here. That is, if you remember to activate the landing pad at spawn. If this isn't active, you can just use the teleporter back there. But we should get out of here because the rocket test is starting. See that rocket test? All right, let's get out of here. Woohoo! Very nice. And see, that is the landing pad that you need to activate. See, and we've come full circle. Now I am going to come over here because I want my weapons to deal a little bit more damage. This might not be the most strategic decision, but I'm going to get double tap. This will essentially double our damage. And you know what? I think I want to hit the box because I am a gambling addict. Here we go. Let's see. What do we get? The Bracky. Oh my goodness. That is actually insane level luck for Dryzendraha. That's crazy luck. I mean, that's the Black Ops 3 equivalent of streamer luck. That's actually crazy. So as you can see, this is another Pack-a-Punch location. You can see it's currently at the rocket pad, and every couple of rounds, it will actually teleport through these places. But we will return back here because this is our safe spot for now. And now we need to talk about the Panzer. So far, Der Eisendrache is one of the best, most noob-friendly maps in Black Ops 3, and really all of zombies. However, all of that changes at round 12. Round 12 spawns in the boss zombie of this map, and that is the Panzer Soldat. If you've played Cold War, it is basically a Krasny Soldat except way more difficult. However, there is a really easy strategy here on Der Eisendrache to take care of him. The best strategy is to use a shotgun and with double tap shoot him until he's dead, but the noob strategy is as follows. You wait for him to spawn in just like that. There he is. Hi Panzer, and you get really nervous and afraid. He shoots these shot grenades at you. You lure him into this death ray, and then you activate the death ray and you shoot him until he's dead, just like that. Really, really easy. This strategy works into, I want to say, the 30s. And then after that, you're gonna need to kind of fight him off a little bit before then. But as you can see, he drops a piece of something. That piece is to the specialist here in Black Ops 3. And the specialists are like field upgrades from Cold War and Modern Warfare Zombies. But also, I'm gonna pack a punch here too. Also, activating the death ray activates a piece of, oh, we better get it before we go. All right. Activating this death ray also spawns in a piece right there. I'm going to double pack-a-punch this because double pack-a-punching, instead of increasing your damage, it gives you a ammo mod. And oh, I got turned. I'm not a biggest fan of turned here, but the piece is sitting up there and I actually do want to collect that. So we're going to come back all the way down here. Oh, and I don't have 500 points, so I actually might miss this piece. It might despawn. All right, there's 500 points. If we go launch ourselves through here, if we've activated the right landing pads, there we go. That's piece number 2 of the Ragnaroks. Now, once again, if you don't want to do the Ragnaroks, if you don't want to do any of this stuff, you don't have to. You could just sit here and train zombies and be on your merry way. But Der Eisendrache has such an accessibility to new players that all of these things are really, really accessible and really easy to do as you're just playing the map casually. In fact, this is now the main area that I learned how to train in. This train here is among my favorite, and I definitely want to re-roll this pack-a-punch. I'm looking for Deadwire here. Deadwire is nuts in Black Ops 3. Oh, we got Deadwire. Sweet. All right, this is exactly what I wanted to show you. A trap that a lot of new zombie players get into is an over-reliance on their weapon, especially with games like Cold War and Modern Warfare 3 and even Black Ops 4, giving the player an extra confidence level of their weapon. If you were to sit here and try to shoot all of these zombies as they come in, because the map is so close quartered, you're gonna get overwhelmed and you're probably gonna die. So what you need to do is you need to train the zombies and then every once in a while kill a little bit of them. Usually in Black Ops 3 this looks like Deadwire, and Deadwire activates incredibly fast. This is why ammo mods were nerfed in later iterations. As you can see, it recharges super quickly. We got a max ammo. Now, because ammo is really scarce, you don't have any ammo caches. You want to make sure you're utilizing the most of your weapon before, oh, and there goes a pack-a-punch, before you get those max ammos. Now, the reason I got excited about this shotgun is because I was going to go buy that KRM, and we still might, but the reason you want a good shotgun is because, one, it's really good against the Panzers in the higher rounds, but number 2, as you're training, especially in these classic zombie maps, you're gonna come to a point where you need to shoot a zombie that is directly in your way. You're gonna have a moment where you need to get the zombie out of your way, and shotguns do that really well. And unlike modern zombies, we don't have decoys, we don't have little stun grenades that you could just stun zombies for. All we have is this. Watch, this is what we got. We got this pathetic thing. You ready? Here's a frag grenade. We're gonna throw it there. Check this out. Boom. Doesn't kill anything. It just creates all these crawlers. Now, Crawlers are really nice, especially here in Black Ops 3 when you're trying to get things done. You can create a crawler with frag grenades and you can do Easter egg steps and all that stuff. So it's really good for that. But in terms of damage or getting you out of a bad situation, you are on your own. This game holds you accountable, and if you make mistakes, you are gonna pay for them. As you saw before, before I even got Pack-a-Punch open, we went down this very game. I love the fact that you can ring this bell. It's just it's little details like that I love so much. Ooh, dog round. And you know what? As we're learning how to train, I am definitely going to get Stamina Up here. Stamina Up is one of my favorite classic perks because it just makes such a big difference to your training strategy. You're able to shoot gaps a little bit easier. You're able to outmaneuver the zombies a little bit faster. Yes, we sacrifice speed cola, but reloading while training really isn't that big of a deal, especially in Black Ops 3. And all of the other perks are just decent if you ask me. So this is my go-to perk setup for Dreisendrache and most of Black Ops 3. Now at the beginning of every round, I always try to listen for that Panzer spawn in noise because there will be a special noise for the Panzer spawning in. But until that happens, you can kind of just sit here in this training spot and you could just reap the rewards. And this is where if you're one of those people who just wants to sit back, relax, and kill zombies, well, you could do just that. You could pick up power-ups, you can go to the mystery box and get new weapons and try out different ammo mods, and you could sit here using the death ray to kill the Panzers and just training in this beautiful, beautiful area on this beautiful mountainside. Look at how beautiful these mountains are with the moon right there. Ooh, the moon's right there. Ringing the bell, killing all the zombies in this huge freaking castle. It's so cool. And there is the Panzer. The Panzer noise. Oh, hey, Panzer. Goodbye, Panzer. We're going to sit here. We're going to shoot him a couple times. Look at how good that shotgun is against the Panzer. That's nuts, bro. Now, a lot of people will find this whole running in circles thing incredibly boring. However, I find training to be quite the opposite. It's actually one of my favorite things to keep me focused. Because if you make one little mistake, you're constantly in the threat of danger. And whenever you kill zombies, be sure that you know that they're gonna respawn. So if you kill your entire horde of zombies, you're gonna have an entire 24 zombies to kind of get trained back into your already existing train. And I am constantly going through my head making calculations about what weapon should I have out? When should I kill zombies? Should I wait for zombies? Where's my path of training gonna be? Like this, like I gotta figure out where these guys go and train around them just like that. That is such a mental stimulation for me. I absolutely love classic zombies and classic training like this. Even in later round-based experiences like Black Ops 4 and Cold War, I really don't have the same training experience like I do here in Black Ops 3. Later zombie maps tend to favor a more boss zombie spammy type of gameplay, which is just something I'm not a fan of. But as we get closer to the end of the round here, like I said, I'm keeping a couple zombies here to make sure, is this the end of the round? All right, I think this is the end of the round. So if you are one of those people that gets bored really easily, what we can do is we can go finish making those Ragnaroks. So we got the piece from the Panzer, we got the piece from the Death Ray, we are gonna need to jump on down all the way back down here, thanks to this landing pad, and wait for this rocket to go off. Now, this can be kind of tedious, and this happens a little bit in round-based where you're just like waiting for things to happen, especially at the end of a round, but you learn little secrets to keep yourself entertained, like little Easter eggs, like this teddy bear right here. If you interact with 3 of those, it plays a little musical Easter egg song. So we're not gonna kill any zombies here. If I had a frag grenade, or if I was confident the frag grenade wouldn't kill them, I would frag grenade them, get some crawlers here, but I can wait. And this step we are doing on round 18, which is a little bit higher of a round that I usually do it on, but for the sake of the video, it's okay. This is actually also a really good spot to train in the early rounds or the mid rounds here. This is a pretty good circle right here. Black Ops 3 doesn't have super sprinters, so the trains you can get pretty tight. And in my opinion, those are some of the most fun trains you can do. Yeah, this thing takes so long. I know there's an Easter egg to get it started automatically, but man, it takes so long for this to start naturally. Hey, look at that. There we go. All right, so if you hear the rocket start testing, you're gonna come over here to this switch right here and then activate it. And then you're gonna have to book it all the way back to the door. It's gonna be this really cool action hero moment, woohoo! And now you're gonna have to survive a little lockdown, a little Outlast contract here for you Modern Warfare Zombies people. We are gonna need to kill all of the zombies in here. Oh, there was a round zombie there. Even during the round switch, it's gonna have some zombies spawned here, but you're gonna be actually looking at this switch right here, Once we're done with the lockdown, this switch is going to be switchable. Oh, test complete. We heard that. Activate the console, and there is our third and final piece. Now we just need to survive this. I might go back out here where there's a little bit more room. Let's in fact go ahead and show you this train right here. I actually really like this train. It's really tight. It's really difficult to do, but I quite like it a bit. Whoa, there we go. All right, look at this. Look at this. See, like, this is not boring for me. This is like constant mental stimulation. All right, we got all the zombies in here. We've got one more over here coming in. Look at that nice compact train. Look at that. So satisfying, isn't it? Oh, it's so good. But let's go ahead, head on back to the main map here. Now, once again, we don't have decoys. We don't have Casimirs. We don't have, well, I guess we do have monkey bombs, but I currently do not have a monkey bomb right now. So what might be the smartest thing for you to do, instead of going off and building these Ragnaroks as soon as you're able to, do exactly what we did the last round and wait for the end of the round to actually go and do your little quests and side tasks. So coming back to this train right here, I actually think this train might be harder than the death ray train now that I think about it. Oh boy, didn't mean to end the round, Okay, all right, that was an accident. Sometimes dead wire, sometimes turn ends the round for you. That's a little thing about the meta. But if we come back over here, we're definitely going to be able to build our Ragnaroks during this round change, and just like that, we have the Ragnarok DG4s. Very cool. Now this is awesome, because this is like a field upgrade on steroids. It's gonna be so fun to use. So as we're training, as we got all of these zombies coming, what we can do is we can hit our specialist weapon button, and we could sit here and we can gravity slam these guys. This is like a wonder weapon that's not the wonder weapon. This isn't even the wonder weapon of the map. It's so cool. Now, what's also really good about this is once the Panzer stops like getting trapped by the death ray in time, you can actually plant those down and they act like a little mini trap. And that does work like specialist or field upgrades from Cold War and, you know, recent zombies where you need to get kills in order to recharge it. And it actually doesn't take that many kills to recharge it here in Black Ops 3. It's something I noticed after coming back here. Like you can see here, I'm in a dead wire, like a handful of these guys. You could see just how much it actually refills. It refills it quite a bit. New round, you got to be quiet. Listen for that Panzer noise. Is it coming in? Is it coming in? Doesn't sound like it. All right, I think we're okay. And I guess I should mention, this is also a pretty decent spot to train, because if you do ever feel overwhelmed, you can come over here and activate the death ray, and you're pretty well protected from zombies. It also helps speed up the rounds a little bit, conserve on ammo. If you've got a lot of points to spare, you can absolutely do this. But just be careful. If you do this and then end the round, and the next round is a Panzer round and the death ray's cooling down, you're gonna be in for some trouble. Now, one thing about Der Eisendrache that everybody loves, ooh, our specialist is ready. One of the, obviously the biggest things about Der Eisendrache, in my opinion, are the 4 elemental bows that you can get. Clearly, we did not go for that this game, and I think it's far too late in the game to actually go for them. All you need to do is kill zombies around those dragons. I think it's like 8 of them. You need to take their time. He needs to like eat each of the zombies. It's a really cool animation. But once you do that, you have this really powerful bow. Ooh, we got blast furnace, very nice. And of course, I have a video tutorial on all 4 of the bows that you can get here in Der Eisendrache. If doing this, if training right here is just, look at that, that's so cool, that's so good. If training here is too boring for you, if you're looking for something more, if you love the Ragnaroks, if you love how powerful these things are, let's go ahead and show you how they get planted right there. You got to plant them, and it actually traps the zombies up here. Look at that, and it holds the Panzer up there too if it comes around. Super cool. But if this is too boring for you, if this is not enough engagement for you, there is a lot of replayability in the bow quests. And of course, the main Easter egg. And this main Easter egg is one of the most accessible, logical, and well-designed Easter eggs in Black Ops 3. There's a reason that everybody loves this map. There's a reason that I'm showing it to you now. Not only does it have a simple power, a simple pack-a-punch, it has a really accessible wonder weapon, has a really accessible specialist weapon, and it has a really accessible main quest. This map does a lot of things really, really well. Oh, I hear him. I hear the Panzer. Where is he at? Usually he spawns in over there. Hello, Panzer. How are you doing? Sometimes you gotta wait a little bit, you gotta fight off some zombies and then hit the death ray. And just like that, with this Brecci, we should be able to get him super, super fast. Oh, it's so good. And he usually drops a power up every time you kill him after that first initial time. Now, as you get to the higher and higher rounds, something about Black Ops 3 is very different than modern zombies. And that's the fact that in Black Ops 3, there is no health cap to the zombies. The zombies will get infinite health as you continue through the rounds, meaning you are going to rely on your dead wire. You are going to rely on your alternate ammo types and traps in order to get you through the rounds, which is why the high rounds usually tend to have the wonder weapon. So just be careful. Even though you have a shotgun and it's powerful now, doesn't mean that once we get to round 35 or 40 that it's going to be just as effective. In fact, it won't be. And as you're progressing through the map, you can hold on to zombies and you can just sit around and explore. You can go around and look at the map. There's a whole bunch of really interesting stuff to look at. And there's some Easter eggs that you may or may not know about. Like I'm going to show you this one. Look at that. Look at that. That was a special quote that Richtofen just said just by looking at this. As I told you, there's some Easter eggs and we're going to activate the musical Easter egg right here. There's a teddy bear, another teddy bear right here that we can activate. And then if we head on down here, we can go down to this area. We could check out the Vril device right here. What could that mean for the story and the Easter egg in a night? And we've got like Primus right there. What does that mean? What does that symbol on the wall mean? And then if we come on down in here, this is the last of the teddy bear that we activate for the Easter egg song. And now we can kill zombies in style. And from here on out, you can look at different high round strategies. You can look at different ways to train on this map. You can see this is what the dragon animation looks like. It's super, super cool. A lot of people even like training down here in the Undercroft area, especially with the low gravity. It's actually pretty fun. You can wall run, you can do things. There's actually these panels on the wall right here that if you, oh, I missed it. If you wall run across these panels, you'll hear a little kind of tile turning thing. And if you do that to all of them, oh no, I got stuck on the dragon. I'm probably gonna go down here. Yeah, oh no, oh boy, okay, all right, shield's broken. If you turn all of those tiles, there's a secret wall buy on the floating ceiling in here. Like I said, there are a ton of secret abilities here and secret Easter eggs in Dreisendrache. And what's crazy is that other maps have even more than Dreisendrache has. Any minute now, this dragon's gonna be done. Look, oh, it's done, it's breathing fire, and this is really cool animation here. You can see it's gonna crumble. All right, you ready? Yeah, that's so good. In fact, I think I got enough zombies here. We're gonna head on back up to here where we built the shield because this is the third and final dragon location. This whole process can be a little tedious, but it's definitely a lot easier in the earlier rounds. Like I'm talking round 2 or 3. Oop, and Blast Furnace just took that guy out. That's a bummer. Now, when it comes to doing these sort of Easter eggs, a lot of YouTube videos, especially back in the day, the old school zombie YouTubers really had this obsession, and zombie players too, and kind of still do, have this obsession of getting things done as early as possible. Pack a punch on round 1, getting this unlocked on round 1, and a lot of that sort of mentality can be kind of difficult for new players to overcome mentally. So one of my biggest pieces of advice to give you is that don't worry too much about what round you're on. We're here at round 25 with a pack-a-punch shotgun, and we're still holding our own here. Additionally, if you're a Cold War fan, keep in mind these older maps like Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4 even, and Black Ops 2, especially the ones like World at War, Black Ops 1. Oh, the dragon's done, yay. High rounds on different maps mean different things on different games too. If you're able to reach round 30 in Cold War, that's about expected. However, round 30 in Black Ops 3, you're kind of above average. It means you probably know a decent amount about how to train zombies and, you know, Easter eggs and all that good stuff. So don't get discouraged if you go down on round like 15 or something because you see somebody getting to round 100 with the Ragnaroks or round 100 with the bows or something like that. The general trend is that the older the zombie game is, the harder it is. Oh my goodness, see, just like that. Okay, see, but look at that. We didn't panic. I totally just panicked. But training, that was super, super huge. Being able to turn around and cut back and find an opening. That small little thing, super, super huge back in the day. That's something that, in fact, you saw me just panic and pull out my specialist weapon. I think the dragon's done. 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 Oh, beautiful people, this is big. This is big. And we've got not a lot of zombies. Let's do this. Training and movement and being able to cut back and shoot through gaps like that, that was how good zombie players survive. Now we've got decoys and Casimirs and monkey bombs and field upgrades that recharge all the time. But as you can see, we got all 3 dragons, and now we have the Wrath of the Ancients, and I'm gonna go down. All right, there we go. So now I want to show you one of the easiest bows you can get, and it starts with this painting. There are 4 different paintings hidden throughout the map that you need to interact with in order, and they actually tell a story. I believe he's called the Wolf King. This is the first painting here. It's before he goes into battle. Now the paintings are in the same location every game, but they are random every game. So this is number 2. This is him heading on into battle. And this is when the evil Apothicons attack. And we just got an insane quote from Richtofen. He said, "That was when I got the key." Oh, this level of storytelling from the character quotes and everything. Oh, it's so great. And this is when the Wolf King fell, and you could see Leroy or Arthur right there. So we've interacted with all the posters. We've heard the story of the Wolf King. Now we can go down here and this wall opens up and we can pick up this upgrade quest. And then if we come all the way back down here and look at what we're doing now. A lot of people say, this is complicated. How do I do this mid-round? We're on round 25. Usually you do this on round like 5 or 10 or 15 or something. You come down here and there's a little Wolf King flag that you just shoot with your bow, and you can see a skull fall all the way down here, and that is to the wolf. So if we take that skull, oh, teleporter's cooling down. Let's go over here. If we take this skull all the way back to this Undercroft area, you'll see a wolf bow thing, and we need to give this skull back to this dog right here. And this dog is going to be how we upgrade this bow. You thought the dog bone in Modern Warfare Zombies was the first time we found a Hellhound friend. Nope, this is the original. So as you can see so far, there's really nothing too crazy that you can't do in order to get this really awesome weapon. This dog barks, he digs up a little bone right here, and all we need to do is get kills around it. Eventually it will reveal another bone, and we'll do this 3 times. It's gonna be really fun. I should mention I'm doing all of this without the use of any gobblegums as well. There are classic gobblegums that I have equipped, like In Plain Sight and Alchemical Antithesis, that really helps you survive a lot here. And as you can see, this bow is not super strong here on round 25, but I think that should be almost enough. Here we've got some crawlers. Let's go ahead and do that. Is it enough? Okay, I think it's enough here. We're gonna, this is gonna be really sketchy. I've never done it this late before. Oh boy, this might not be good. This might not be good. All right, so what you need to do is you need to pick up this bone right here, and then we're going to try and follow this Hellhound. Now you could charge the bow back all the way, or you could do a quick little pop, and that usually gets zombies out of your way. Not a lot of pep in this guy's step, is it? All right, I think we're coming down to here. Are we coming down to here, Wolf? Yeah, we are. All right, this is the tight one. This is the dangerous one right here. All right, let's go around. Let's pull this back. We'll go like that and like so. Oh man, come on zombies, die. Die for me, there you go, come on. This is so much easier early rounds, I promise you. It's not that hard. All right, moving on down, we picked up that bone. We're gonna go to one final area. Now, as you're doing this, always keep in mind that if you end the round, you could have a Panzer round next time. So always try to mentally remember where that death ray's at and the quickest way to get there. Oh boy, this is gonna be tough. All right, we gotta train around this donuts. You gotta be a good zombie player here. The reason that a lot of players love Black Ops 3 is when you do this, it is authentic. This game holds you accountable. Oh, did we get it? I think we got it. We got it. Awesome. Cool. Now we have to wait for this low gravity sequence. As you can see, there's something up here that we need to do. Interesting. The beautiful blend of narrative and gameplay and character quotes and all of this stuff. This is why so many players, myself included, love round-based zombies. It is so much more than just a simple round-based survival game. All right, we've got this here. We're gonna wall run. And I believe, oh, there's a zombie right there. We're gonna skip on over him. Can we skip over him? Oh man, I missed it. I believe you just shoot at the dog symbol right there, and you should see, yep, just like that. Oh, there's a platform that comes out just like so. Can we reach it? Yes, we can. Oh, platform. And then we can go ahead and interact with this. And as you can see, this mystical skeleton gives us this reforged arrow. We hear the dog howl and we are done with our quest. Now all we need to do is go into here, put the bow right there, the arrow right there. And now we need to get zombie kills and fill this up. But we're also going to keep in mind this could be a Panzer round. We're going to listen. All right, I think we're safe, at least from the Panzers. Now, this is really fun. This is a really easy step. Again, it's really easy when it's earlier in the rounds, but you could kind of just sit here and go through. So long as they're in this kind of, staircase area near the pyramid here, it should be pretty easy to get all of these guys' souls in here. And as soon as you get enough, you should be able to see this really cool little animation. In fact, I think it just did it. We could sit here. Yep, I think it's done. We could give them the bow. Now, you got to be careful. You are giving them the bow right there when you do that. So just be careful. You get this awesome animation, and that's the wolf bow completed. Just like that, we could take it. And you're thinking, donuts, why is this so cool? Why is this so powerful? Well, check out this. Oh, it's so wonderful, isn't it? Look at this. It's just, oh, it's so great. And this is the exact bow that I would do when I was learning training. This is almost nearly the exact setup I would have. I'd have a wall weapon. I'd be in this spot right here with Deadwire, and I would train with this wolf bow. And if anything looked like, oh my goodness, I can't get it, I'm panicking. Boom, there you go. Now my pathway is completely cleared. Now, a bad habit that you can get when you're training in the high rounds is not having your get out of my way weapon out. Because you saw how quickly this game can down you, it's very important that you have a weapon that gets zombies out of your way if you get in a pinch. So I will Deadwire, I'll switch back to my wolf bow, I'll wait a little bit, I'll then Deadwire again, switch back to my wolf bow or my shotgun or my KRM or whatever it is. Look at that, very good. Now also, you need to pay attention to your shield. Ooh, dog round. Oh, and a Panzer round, cool. Well, this might be a really good example here. The bows, you would think, oh, the bows are really good against the Panzer. Not really. They're not really all that good. They're good at stunning him, and especially the storm bow will actually have a similar effect to the death machine or the death ray. I guess that was pretty good, but in the higher rounds, it's not super effective. But hey, dog round, free max ammo, really nice. This is another good reason why I picked Der Eisendrache. It has an easy dog round that gives you free max ammo, so ammo management really isn't that big of an issue. Now, the cool thing about the shield in these older zombie titles, and something that I genuinely miss, is that if you're gonna get hit by a zombie, you can turn and you could save your damage by turning into the hit. So even though you only have 5 hits from Juggernog, you can turn here and you could just absorb all of these hits from your shield. But if you don't want your shield durability to go down any, you can turn into the hit and save your shield durability. It's another level of strategy that I so sorely miss from zombies nowadays. Now, with this train in particular, there would be a lot of times where I'd get to here and I would notice that there's a lot of zombies spawning in that little corner back there. And so sometimes what I would need to do is I'd sit here and I would turn around. And look at that. I know a bunch of you just kind of gasped. Look at that. That's such an easy little thing to do. So powerful. That's what I said earlier, where I said those cutbacks are one of the most powerful things about training that you can learn. Being able to look at a situation and go, nope, never mind, we're actually going to make a big turnaround and then get back on track right here. That is so huge. Another, I guess, fun thing you could say is you've noticed some dogs spawning in amidst these zombies, and that happens after around like 20 or 25 or something. Those dogs serve a purpose. They are here to strip away your shield. And of course, you don't want to waste like a whole bow shot on them, right? So it creates a little strategy where whenever you hear the dog spawn in, you turn to your bullet weapon, you shoot him, but now you're vulnerable to the horde, so you gotta switch back. It's just, there's so many little tiny decisions that you're constantly making here. It's so much fun. And of course, if you have like alchemical or if you're just playing around, have fun with these bows. There's a fire bow, there's a void bow, there's a storm bow, there's so many different bows. And you saw just how easy it was to get this bow. This took no problem whatsoever. And again, I promise you, it's not just because of my skill. I'm not that good of a zombies player. This only scratches the surface of what Black Ops 3 and the entirety of what round-based zombies can provide for you. And this isn't timed. You can pause the game, and now there's a reason to replay it because we're on round 30. You know, I want to get a different bow. I want to get things a little bit earlier. I want to use a different weapon other than this guy. I want to do the main quest. I want to complete the main quest with a different weapon. There's so much replayability, and even if I wanted to sit here and get to round 100 tonight, I definitely could. And it has the classic prestige system, I will say. It has the, prestige 1 through 10. You prestige, you lose everything, and then you get it back. Your stats are saved, but, you go through the progression. It's really fun. There's a camo grind somewhat. There's not like a mastery camo here in Black Ops 3. And you can just flat out enjoy the fact that you're playing zombies in a freaking castle. And then you can get into the storyline and the characters, and oh my goodness, I miss round-based so much. Now, every time I go back to round-based, I always miss something really nice about Cold War and modern zombies. Well, I miss a good couple things. There's a lot of good things about modern zombies too, but I miss having an exfil. I wish there was some story reason for you to end the game, because the only way to end the game here is just sit here and hit end game. It feels very arbitrary. It takes me way out of the experience. I love the exfil mechanic. Now, if this video gets you excited about round-based zombies, good, because I plan on doing a whole lot more guides on classic zombies, round-based zombies in preparation for Gulf War. The same way I taught you beautiful people how to climb your way through the tiers in Modern Warfare Zombies, we're gonna take on round-based, and it's gonna be better than ever. Check out this video where I cover everything about Black Ops 3. And as always, stay beautiful.